this is a nice, crappy, rainy day out today. To steal another YouTuber's tagline. What's up, MiniTruck? Yeah, I won't do that again. I just had to. So I'm looking at doing rims because I want to get something that's slightly taller than these 10-inch little fellas. They're good tires, actually. They did pretty well, but we live on a dirt road that well, it's sanded now, so it doesn't look too bad. But sometimes it gets pretty glassy out here. Before we go any further, Merry Christmas from Terrible Ted to everyone. He's not coming off the porch because Ted's allergic to rain. All right. Oh, I also had a follow-up from the previous owner of this truck. He said that the holes that were in the front were not from a collision repair. Those were actually from flat towing it. His parents had the truck for a while, and they transported it to him. And they did that by putting one of those bolt-on hitches in the front. So that's what that's all about, which is pretty good. I mean, there's always dents and dings on these things. So I didn't really care anyways, but I thought that was pretty cool to say him to follow up on that. So anyways, back to the tires. I want to get something that's taller, but I don't want something that sticks out a whole heck of a lot. So like a 7-inch rim maybe. It's probably what I'm going to go on to. These are decent tires, actually. They're just teeny tiny. And I'm doing a lift on it. I've got one of the shackle lifts with the little puck lift that goes underneath. It's just going to be 2-inch, nothing insane. But I did want to get a little bit more ground clearance because there's just not a whole heck of a lot. And these could be a whole lot handier. I mean, I'm not planning on wheeling with it. But there's lots of times when I'll go off into areas out here and up into the woods on our trails where it would be nice to get a little bit more altitude out of it. I could eventually flop the springs over. We'll see how that goes. I'm not super worried about that. At the moment, I just want to get a slightly more aggressive tire on here. So I guess Harley Rose will be the place I'll be turning to that one. But anyways, I digress. I got into this because there's so many different kinds of measurements, and they keep saying these are the 4x100s. So I have here by my measuring stick, and I'm going to go across here. So I'm dead center on that one. And then when I squish this down, it's a little bit under 11.5 centimeters. So yeah, that's not 100 millimeters, because 100 millimeters would be at the 10 where my thumb is. So I guess that tells me that I'm looking for a slightly different rim. So I'll probably be getting those through that Harley Rose, unless I can source them locally. But I prefer to stay with somebody who really knows the MiniTrucks pretty well. So we'll end up doing that. And I also need to get a directional for the side. I made one out of hot glue, and it's Kubota orange paint. And to tell you the honest truth, from a distance, you can't tell, and it's translucent because it's hot glue back there. So you really can't tell. I could probably get away with that, but yeah, I would prefer to change that out. But unlike the samurai lights I'm used to dealing with, these only have one bolt and then a couple of little tangs that stick out to hold them in there. So they're sort of an unusual light fixture. And I can't seem to find just the reflector. So I'll probably have to get the whole light. But that's no biggie. These are all things you just have to deal with when you're dealing with an old vehicle like this. And I'm also looking for one of these. If anybody happens to have one of these shift knobs kicking around, or if they happen to know where I can get one. So far, every place that I've looked up doesn't seem to have any of them. So I'm looking for the one that's got the EL shift position. Okay, that's enough. I bored you enough. Goodbye. And Merry Christmas. Of course, happy holidays from Ted. I was spinning around to say, and happy holidays, and then I looked over here and he wasn't here. He had gone inside the house, and then when he heard me walking up the walkway, he went back out his door and then came out front to wish everybody Merry Christmas and happy holidays. All right, now this video is really done.